Welcome to MPS Mysteries from Beyond. Tonight, the search continues for the bizarre and the unknown as we take a look at something very, very fascinating and very, very local, the Beast of Bray Road. This is something that has fascinated many, actually, as it made national headlines in the 90s when there were many accounts that started to spring up out of seemingly nowhere. Perhaps the best collection and documentation of these accounts were from Linda Godfrey. We used her book, The Beast of Bray Road, as a bit of a guide for our adventure. We visited some of the locations talked about, and we played a prank on our friend. These are the results. My friends, this is case file number 003, The Beast of Bray Road.
So I have a theory. This is my favorite beer, Spotted Cow. According to the Godfrey book, the beast is known to stand on its hind legs. Mm-hmm. Now look at the star. It's at Elkhorn. Could this be the beast? Are we talking about some kind of were cow? Were cow.
Our prank was inspired by an old episode of Media Pod Smash. We were going to play a recording of wolf sounds on the side of the road from his cell phone. Derek would have no idea what would hit him.
Hey guys, I made it to the spot that you told me to meet at for the beast. It's pretty lonesome around here. There's like nothing around here. It's pretty
Man, I planted some recordings out in the woods, out where Derek is out there. Later tonight, he's gonna think that he hears the Bray Road Beast in the dark. Can you imagine? That's gonna be so effing funny.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome. He is gonna be pissing his pants, man.
He's gonna be making lemonade. It's Friday, November 25th.
Is anybody home?
Film club's departing for Bray Road.
Because I know some people do.
One of the stories Linda Godfrey presents in the book is a woman at home alone at night can hear tapping sort of on a window. So she goes to look out the window and she just sees these two big yellow eyes staring at her from outside.
It's terrifying. What would you do if you saw two big yellow eyes staring at you through the window?
I would call 911. That's what I would do. What would you do, Mike?
I was going to say the same thing, probably. Well, I'd probably, honestly, go outside and look at what was there.
So what do you think about Derek being out in the woods by himself? Mike, you kind of mentioned that you don't think that you think this prank is going too far.
Yeah, I do. This isn't really something that I was on board with, but
I guess Jeremy and I, we kind of hatched this without letting you know.
Yeah, we probably should have discussed it a little bit.
It's at the end, it's gonna be, everyone's gonna laugh.
Yeah. The reaction is gonna be great. Like, it's gonna be gold. We're gonna get a lot of hits from his reaction of hearing the noises. Like, and he'll be fine. He's not gonna be like mad at us or anything, I don't think.
I don't think I've ever seen Derek angry.
There's never really been a reason for him to be angry with us, though. This could be the reason.
Well, Derek, just know this is just, we're just having good fun with you. You're safe. Nothing's gonna happen out in those woods tonight. So we're just about at Bray Road. This is where most of the sightings occurred back in 1991.
It's just switch. is Mike Putchell.
And Mike, have you had any experiences on this road before?
Not of the type that I think you're referring to,
Sure.
other than driving.
Right.
Those are my experiences.
And you're familiar with the legend, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with the creature.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know a lot of the stories necessarily.
What was the first thing that kind of, like, that you knew about that, like, led you into, like, this information, like, about the beast?
I think probably just family, sharing stories. I mean, you know, the town's not far from where I grew up. I think most people in the southern part of Wisconsin have probably heard of this.
Sure.
So it's pretty well. I mean, this creature's been searched for by national television shows. So it's a pretty well-known creature. You read that whole book, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you read
I read
a
most-
chunk of
a
it,
chunk
a
of
good,
it, yeah.
a good portion of it. I just don't.
We don't need you. I don't need you to lie. I can. You can be yourself. I know you got conflicting things going on.
I'm just saying that
We could have someone that's just like. I mean,
Mike is like Scully. He's
yeah.
I'm me.
older.
I'm not a character. I'm older. You know?
State your name.
Damon Schneider. I'm with Jeremy and Mike today. We're just doing some scouting out here on Bray Road. Looks like a lot of farmland out here. The road is very very narrow, so I can see easily how it could have jumped out in front of a car and a car could have hit it. You know, just any. You know. Also, it's speculated that it feeds mostly on roadkill, and again, the road is so narrow that you could definitely see that there must be a lot of roadkill throughout the year on Bray Road. So yeah, it makes sense that it would be a location. Also, a lot of farms around the area, so it could be raiding the barns of the farms. Raided chickens. There was an incident in the book, the Godfrey book, where a horse had a scratch on it that was 7 feet above the ground. So how did that happen? How did a horse have a scratch across it? It was actually investigated by the DNR too. So they did take it seriously.
My name is Jeremy Jordan.
And you have known about the creature, the Beast of Bray Road, for
I would
a long
say,
time?
yeah, over 10 years now. It's been on my radar. You know, it's been kind of a popular thing with of course, with the book, and then some of the media have kind of like created things out of this. I mean, there's been the movie, and then at a certain point, we kind of did our own research for this a little bit for a podcast that we were doing. And one of the very early episodes that we ever did, we talked about some of the experiences, and I mean, we did kind of make a little light of it, but I mean, I do think that some of these stories are really, really interesting.
The hunt begins. Well, are you familiar with Wisconsin Death Trip?
No, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Yeah.
So it's a documentary made by a British filmmaker, actually, who came to Wisconsin because in the 1800s, there's all these really strange stories of people going crazy during the winter months like we're in, because there was no TV, no Netflix back then. And so, like, if the cabin fever of being in an isolated area like this is so great that people just lose their minds. And it's possibly the myth of the Beast of Bray Road springs forth from that sort of cabin fever-ish type attitude. People just seeing things, hearing things. Whereas it's pointed out in the Linda Godfrey book that the myth may have started by a a homeless man who was just sort of crazy and, you know, stealing chickens and things from farmers, who was so unkept that he almost resembled an animal of some sort. But yeah, Wisconsin Death Trip for sure. A lot of crazy things happened in the 1800s in Wisconsin during the winter months, because people would they would lose their minds because of the cabin fever.
It was a very long stretch, so we could do the whole thing and turn around at the end. That's a pretty sweet statue.
Yeah.
But yes, I would say over 10 years, and there was even a point where we wrote a script about Bray Road, and maybe one day that will see the light of day and be turned into something. It's always been, it's very fascinating, and the fact that we live so close just makes it even more so, because, you know, we have the ability to come out here and hunt, and yeah.
And you said we wrote a script. Who's we?
So this would have been my friend Robert and I back in the day. This was my co-host of Media Pod Smash at the time. This was around 2012 that we wrote this, and it was going to be shot all on location. And well, I'll give some spoilers now, since this kind of piggybacks on what Damon talked about earlier, where our big reveal was that the Beast was going to be a crazy person with unkempt hair and disheveled look to him, and that was going to be kind of the big reveal at the end. But then it leaves itself open. It's like, maybe there really still is a Beast, we don't know. But there is no movie, and one day maybe there will be. But there were some real ones made. I think, I don't remember the studio that did it, but they didn't portray people for this area all that great. But for what it's worth, you know, at least someone did something to try. So I'll give them a thumbs up for that. Yep. All right. I think that's all we need for this area here.
These are the woods of the Kettle Moraine, where it's believed the Beast hides when it's not scavenging roadkill on Bray Road. So this is where we were supposed to meet Derek, but I'm not seeing him.
Derek. Huh. It's weird.
What's up with all those dogs barking? It's like they can sense something.
Yeah.
Something's not right now.
They know something that we don't. Oh, wait a minute.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, what is that?
This looks like Derek.
Oh my god. It's a hat.
Isn't this the one that he's wearing in the video?
Yeah, I think so. Well, that's not good. Shit.
Look at those trees. Looks like some beast snapped them. Can you imagine the strength it takes just to snap one of those trees like that?
When I was younger, I had relatives that would often tell me tales of creatures in the woods. I think it was just to try to scare me into doing things, but those stories stuck with me. And so as we're walking through here, it kind of reminds me of some other experiences that I had. A few years back, I did a Bigfoot expedition, and you know, it's a lot of the same vibes. You're kind of going through, and you're entering into a territory where a lot of reports have happened, so you try not to get too. You don't want your imagination to run wild because you have a lot of build-up of stories. So you try to go into it very, very neutral, but things just happen, and it is scary. You hear noises, and it gets dark quickly, and so I guess that's just I just wanted to bring that up because it kind of reminded me of that situation. It was a very similar experience, and whether or not I believe that there are creatures out here is still kind of up in the air. I've had a lot of weird things happen during the Bigfoot expedition, and I'm not ready to say either way.
Derek, is that you? I heard a voice.
Oh, wait a minute, what's that over there?
Looks like his backpack. He had a red one in the video.
Why would he leave his cell phone in his backpack out in the woods?
Well, let's check and see what's on there. See if he left us anything.
What the heck that was? It's pretty freaking loud.
I hope you guys get here soon, because I really don't want to be here by myself.
Holy shit!
So what the hell happened?
Well, that didn't look good, but I'm sure maybe he just tripped on a log or something, and he's just. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to say.
He tripped on a log.
I don't know, Mike.
After we find his backpack.
We shouldn't
and
have
his
recorded
hat.
the sounds and f***ing pranked him, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to do anymore. I think we call the police.
You can't call the police.
Well, then I don't know what to do.
I'm on board with that.
He's gone.
Either way, we owe it to him now to figure out what happened to him. He's out here somewhere.
The other thing is, I heard with all the recent snow that we've had recently, with this quick melting on this warm day, like we're gonna get a lot of fog tonight. Yeah. So how are we gonna find him in this forest full of fog?
Right, that's gonna make it pretty difficult. So I mean, we better get on it before the fog rolls in.
Derek! We keep going?
I don't know about this.
We just call 911.
I think it's time to give up and call. Yeah. I mean,
I think I heard something down there. Derek! I don't know. This is where the Beast of the Bray Road is supposed to be in this woods.
Do you two even know where we are anymore?
oh yeah, like,
I lost
I don't know.
5 minutes ago.
It's just complete dark. He's probably lost in these woods, wondering if
Just like us.
help him. Jeremy had blamed this prank on you.
You play it on me.
Derek!
Derek! Guys, I hear growling. Derek!
What's that sound? It sounds like...
It's
Oh my God.
Jeremy, what happened?
What now? I'm sick of these games that Derek's playing. I know he's in here. We played a prank on him. We're sorry, but
Derek.
it's time. It's late at night. We're scared, and it's time that this ends. So just stop it. Come on, we're your friends.
Derek, please, just end this right now.
Come out.
Derek, if you're out there, I wasn't involved in the planning of this, but if you're out there, just come out.
A truly terrifying tale, indeed. We would eventually meet back up with our friend Derek. He would have no memory of any of the events that day, and he would eventually forgive us. As for the beast, well, we can't really say for sure. All I know is that our search continues. And that's all for tonight. Until next time, keep on looking for those mysteries, my friends. MediaPod Smash off.
Derek.
Yeah.
Sounds like a cow. It's where, Karl?